The Women's Royal Rumble. I made a video earlier this week on Monday Night Raw talking about how excited I am for the Rumble match and how I think this is history. They're doing a great job. They obviously are trying to make it well known that we care about our women. And we're giving them everything that the men have. They gave them Hell in a Cell match. Well, first was the Steel Cage match. Then then no DQ, Falls Count Anywhere, Extreme Rules, Hell in a Cell, Money in the Bank last year, great mark. This year, Royal Rumble. I'm sure they're not doing Elimination Chamber this year. I think that they should wait until next year. Like, do one landmark every single year. Like, Money in the Bank this year, Rumble Money in the Bank, it's this year, 2017. Royal Rumble next year, and then Elimination Chamber 2019. I think it should wait till 2019 to do Elimination Chamber. But anyway, back to the Royal Rumble. So, when that was announced, I checked online, and almost every news reporter, every dirt sheet was rumoring that Ronda Rousey will be a surprise entry in the Royal Rumble, which I was basically assuming already. I'm like, oh yeah, she's going to enter in. But then, I saw reports that Ronda Rousey is planning to win the Royal Rumble. And that made my face just have a big frown on it. Because I cannot. Don't get me wrong. I like Ronda Rousey. When she was the biggest thing in UFC back in 2015, 2014, like when she was undefeated and she was the UFC Bantamweight champion. She was the biggest thing in that company. Not just in women's, but the entire UFC. She was the biggest thing in UFC. After she lost to Holly Holm, it all went downhill. Wasn't she on suicide watch, or she said she was going to commit suicide after that? Nonetheless, her career just went downhill after that. She won, I think, after the loss, but she never really went back to her peak period. Her peak period was when she was in UFC. She was undefeated. That was her peak. She never went back to that point, and she never was that popular again. People still remember her name. People still give her interviews and whatnot because she has name value. I'm not saying that she lost all her name value. She has name value. She does. I mean, if you compare her to Conor McGregor is way more popular than her now. But in terms of Conor McGregor versus her peak, it's arguable. And that's a good thing. So, them bringing in a big name, it could have been a bigger name, but an even bigger name if she re-signed, like, back in 2015, but a big name like Ronda Rousey, that's great for WWE because all those UFC fans are gonna run over to WWE. And they're not gonna start becoming wrestling fans. They're gonna run over to WWE just to see her wrestling match, to see how she does in a wrestling ring. But I bet every person on ESPN, every news person is gonna want to see it. Whatever Ronda Rousey's first match is, it's gonna get big money, big money. Whatever her first match is in WWE. And I feel like you should build up to that. And having her be a surprise entry in the Rumble match, I feel like, yes, it would be cool to see a surprise entry in Ronda Rousey. But unless you watch the Rumble, and I know a lot of people plan on watching it because that's usually WWE's highest, like, that is WWE's like highest grossing pay-per-view aside from WrestleMania is the Royal Rumble. It is my all-time favorite, so I'm going to be watching it. Everyone watches the Rumble. What wrestling fan doesn't watch the Royal Rumble, right? So yeah, there's going to be a lot of people watching it. But overall, if you want like to build up, and you want a lot of people, because they want everyone who's not a wrestling fan, everyone who's from all the UFC fans, everyone from ESPN to watch this. You have to build up to Ronda Rousey's debut. You can't build up to that as she's a surprise entry in a Rumble match. Because then what's going to happen is she's going to come out, she's going to be in the match, and then everyone is going to have to tune in at that moment. And if they don't have the WWE Network, then how the fuck are they going to watch it? What are you going to do? Sign up in like 5 minutes just to watch it? No, you got to build up to it so that we can be like, Ronda Rousey's making her debut at this place and this time. You could sign up at the WWE Network for $9.99 to watch it. You can't really do that advertisement if she debuts right then and there. What are you going to advertise? To the people who are using the WWE Network to sign up to the WWE Network? That would make no sense. But that's not really what made me angry. I'm just sitting there like, that wouldn't be a good idea. You should really wait on that. WrestleMania would be the best time to do it. What made me a bit angry and made me frown my face is this idea that WWE would bring in this UFC fighter who had no wrestling background prior. I mean, don't get me wrong, UFC has to have a little bit of wrestling in there, but no professional wrestling background prior to win the first ever female Royal Rumble match, which is featuring women's wrestlers who've been busting their ass for years. And you had the nerve to bring in a UFC fighter, someone who's not from WWE or any other wrestling company, to win a WWE Royal Rumble match. Maybe I had to say it out loud for a lot of people to hear about it, because I tell people, they're like, oh, that's a great idea, they should have Ronda Rousey win, it's a good thing. No, that's not a great idea, that's fucking stupid. Why would you have a UFC fighter win a WWE Royal Rumble match? Like, could you imagine if WWE had Brock Lesnar win a Royal Rumble from 2014 to 2017? I mean, Brock Lesnar would get a pass because he actually wrestled before he went to UFC. But Ronda Rousey doesn't have any professional wrestling experience. This is her first match in WWE. No one has ever won a Royal Rumble match in their WWE debut. You don't know why? Because that's over pushing someone. You can't have someone win a big match like that in their debut. Because not only is she winning the match, but technically she has defeated every single woman on the WWE roster in that one match. Because that's what shows up, guys. It doesn't matter that you won the match. What really matters is that every other guy in that match lost. You beat them. You technically beat every guy, well, every woman who was in that match, because they got eliminated. They lost. And if they lost, that means you beat them. Which means she's going to beat 19 or, God forbid, 19 other women, 19 other wrestlers in that match. What a way to put her over, right? I could see if this was her second match, or if they built up to it, or a third match. However, I'm led to believe this is what the plan is. They're actually thinking about having Ronda Rousey debut in the Rumble match and win it. Don't do that. Do not do that. Not only is that a slap in the face to all of the women who, they were women on the ring. When Stephanie McMahon announced this is going to be the first ever women's Royal Rumble match, some of those women were crying like, this is hope. And now I know all of them don't think they're going to win it. Realistically, all of them should not think they're going to win it. But they are excited. They get to be in there for... How do you think they would feel if they've been busting their ass all year to get to this point, and then some UFC fighter comes in and wins the match? I'd be fucking pissed. I'd be fucking pissed if Ronda Rousey came in and won the match. I'd be livid if I was a women's wrestler in WWE who's been in that. I'd be fucking pissed. I'm not. But I'm a wrestling fan. I want to see a women's wrestler win the Royal Rumble match. I like Ronda Rousey, but I do not want to see Ronda Rousey win this match. And I think all of you should make sure that WWE knows we do not want to see Ronda Rousey win this match. I know some of you are excited to see her, some of you want to see her, but this, having her win, that is a stretch that we should not be making. That should be going to a women's wrestler. Asuka, Sasha Banks, freaking Mickey J. I don't care. Anyone but Ronda Rousey winning that match. I'll take it. But her? No. Don't subject us. Don't subject the women who've been busting their ass to that. If Ronda Rousey wins the Royal Rumble match, we riot. No, I'm just kidding. We're not going to riot. But I sincerely hope they're not actually going to go through with this.